I have never felt bad calling a plumber when I have a broken pipe. The same way that I don't feel bad taking my car to the shop to get an oil change. Not because I couldn't do it. I could get on the University of YouTube and figure out how to fix my own pipes and do my own oil change, but I don't know how. And so I don't feel bad asking the expert. When it comes to asking the expert questions, it's not because you're helpless. It's not because you couldn't do it yourself. It's because they already know what they're doing and they can help you better and faster. So as we go into the gift of the gift giving season, if you are considering getting an expert's advice, now might be a great time to stick that into somebody's stocking. Let's go.
Isn't it funny how we'll go somewhere, like you said, to get an oil change, to anything, and we ask someone to do that for us when plenty of people do it just fine in their own driveway.
Yep.
But then when it comes to helping ourselves with some of the most important things in our lives, like our health, like our home, like our stress, that we're not willing to ask an expert, we're just going to figure it out ourselves.
Yeah.
I heard this on a podcast or in a book, I can't remember, but they were talking about how a lot of times we're hesitant to hire a coach because everyone knows you should just eat less and exercise more if you want to lose weight. Or if you want to organize your house, you buy a lot of matching bins that are all different colors and you sort everything into it. Yep. Right? We all know that. But what we don't know is that the reason that they're experts is because there's a lot more information than just that. Experts are experts because there's a lot of information out there that we filter through, sift through, and hand to you that seems super easy and cut and dry, but it's not so easy and cut and dry. There's like all this stuff below that we've just served up nicely for you to make it nice and easy.
And honestly, if bins made somebody organized, one trip to the Container Store would solve everyone's problem. But there's more to it than that. And that's what an expert can do for you, is to give you the knowledge and the wherewithal to make those decisions. So many times we get stuck and we don't know where we're stuck. But the operative word in there that we always say is, I should be able to do this on my own. And that should is really another word for shame. I am ashamed to ask for help. I am ashamed to admit that I can't figure this out. I should be able to, and therefore I'm not going to ask anybody for help. Right. And that's where we get stuck. And that's where we don't know how to help ourselves. And so the problem or the situation or wherever we're stuck just either sits or it gets worse because we're ashamed to ask for help. And that makes me sad.
I think it's often those of us who are more educated, who have gone through, I see a lot of my clients who are physicians, who are attorneys. They've gone through years and years of school and study and training to do what they do. And I think somehow they get that twisted in their mind that means then they should be smart enough to figure this out too.
Yeah.
It's not, I think there's two groups. There are the people like me who are like, as soon as I don't know how to do something, I'm like, where's a coach? I need a coach. Like, I love coaches.
Help
me. I don't want to figure it out. Just tell me how to do it, but then there's the other group that they feel like you said, they should be able to do this. Like, I've got a law degree. I've got a medical degree. I should be able to figure out how to lose weight.
Yeah.
One of my most successful clients ever was a doctor.
Yeah.
And she couldn't figure out how to lose weight, which I thought was so ironic, right? Because we always say, check with your doctor before trying this, or check with your doctor if you need to lose weight. When in fact, they're not trained for that.
Yeah.
They get one semester of nutrition training.
Yeah.
One semester. And it's like the basics, like we learned in high school. Like, right. What is a fat? What is a carb? Like, that's it. And her biggest thing was she couldn't figure out. She's like, I'm eating healthy. I know that I need to exercise. So I exercise regularly. Why is it not working? And it's because there's this whole other world that she doesn't dive into because her brain is full of all kinds of other stuff. I can't imagine how many probably medical terms and drug names and, you know, things that are in her brain. I can't even fathom. There's no way my brain could hold a quarter of that. So she hasn't had the time, nor has she had the opportunity to do all that research, to do all that understanding of that other stuff. And she doesn't want to do it.
Right?
She doesn't want to do it.
There is a difference. The things that I could geek out about organizing and the mindset and the psychology of organizing and the techniques that I've spent 6 years doing this. What makes you think that you don't want to take the next 6 years to do this because it doesn't interest you that much. You don't want to do it. So let me teach you the best way to do it for you so that you don't have to take 6 years to figure it out on your own.
Right.
So when it comes to giving good gifts this holiday season, whether it's to other people or yourself, allow yourself to accept the possibility of gifting time to someone else or even to yourself. That is the gift of a coach, is the gift of time, that they don't have to go get the University of YouTube degree. They don't have to get 6 years of experience, 15 years of experience, 50 years of experience in order to figure this out.
Right.
This is the blessing of being in the information generation that we're in right now, is that we have a world full of experts. And while we have the general knowledge to be able to survive and just take care of ourselves and our families, we are surrounded by very good experts in different areas, in different pockets. And what an amazing ability we have to tap into those experts to be able to say, okay, where do I go from here?
Yeah.
How do I do this?
I think that's why I like coaches so much, because I've worked with enough. Now you have to find a good one. You have to find a good one, but I've worked with enough good ones that have systems, right? They have proven systems. If you do X, Y, and Z, you're going to get this result, And so now I know from personal experience, and after having that experience, I'm like, why wouldn't you hire a coach? Yeah. I tell people all the time, I have a system that works. It's 100% effective. I promise you it works. You're not going to fail. Yeah. I won't let you fail. Yeah. Why would you want to try and dink around with it and try and figure it out on your own? I'm wasting time is one of my cardinal sins in my world. You cannot waste time. So if you tell me you're going to help me not waste time, yes, please, all day long. I'll sign up. Where do I sign?
Yeah. The point of what Heather and I are saying here is you don't need any justification to come to us for help. We don't need to hear an excuse. We get it that shame exists when we can't do something, especially when other people say, you should be able to do this. You should be able to clean up your own home. You should be able to tidy up. You should be able to get organized. You should be able to eat healthy. You should be able to lose weight when you want to. But it doesn't mean that you actually know how to. And we don't give you the shame. No. We don't need any justification. We only want to hear your story, not to judge you, but to tell you, okay, if this is your story, this is where we start.
Right.
So there's no justification needed, no shoulds, no shame. There's only progress, and there's only taking our expertise and twisting it into what you need to do to personalize it. And that's the blessing of gifting an expert, is that you're gifting the time and the knowledge of how to actually make things work for you.
Yeah.
So never, ever, ever feel any shame, no matter what you are doing. If your pipe is broken, call a plumber. If your systems are broken, call a professional organizer. If your meal prep is broken, call a nutritionist.
Yeah.
Do what you need to find the success that you want. No shame, no justification required.